Shinobu Kocho joined the Demon Slayer Corps because demons killed her family. She was in it to get vengeance. On the other hand, Mitsuri Kanroji, she joined to meet men. Some might say that's not a good enough reason to join, but it's not for me to say. But if you read the novel One-Winged Butterfly, we learn that Kanroji feels this way herself, and she feels bad about it too, and she starts beating herself up over it. But Kocho-san, as we saw in the original series, we don't see any signs that she dislikes Kanroji. But Kanroji-san, this still bothered her. And that's not the only way they're different from each other. In many ways, they're depicted as opposites, and it's one of the reasons why I love Demon Slayer so much. Allow me to explain. First, Kanroji-san is the oldest daughter, while Kocho-san is the second oldest. Kanroji-san's family is still alive, but Kocho-san's family is all dead. Kanroji-san's muscle mass is 8 times that of a normal person. She's got extraordinary physical abilities. But Kocho-san, she's the only one in the Hashira who can't decapitate a demon. She's not very strong in terms of physique. Kanroji-san eats a lot to take in nutrients, but Kocho-san makes poison. Kanroji-san uses the love-breathing technique, letting her emotions go. Kocho-san, on the other hand, she suppresses her emotions. Kanroji-san can be a bit clumsy at times, and she has trouble talking in front of others. Kocho-san is the opposite. As you can see here, they're different in almost every way, and that means the viewer can probably relate to one of them at least. And the message here is, it doesn't matter if you're weak, clumsy, or what kind of past you have. As long as you're true to yourself and use that to your advantage, you can go on to do great things. They empower and inspire other women. Actually, not just women, they inspired me too, so always be true to yourself. Maybe that's the message here, these hidden, heartwarming messages. That's why I love this series so much. But Kanroji-san, even though Kocho-san was just different from her, she felt really insecure about it, and she kept beating herself up over it. As a result, she ended up losing her appetite, and she could no longer talk to Oyakata-sama or the other Hashiras. She was in a bad place. Then, after some soul-searching, she decided to give up romance. But this meant that she was no longer true to herself. Before all this, she always felt the pressure to act like a woman. And this time it was no different. Only this time, she felt pressured to become a worthy member of the Demon Slayer Corps. As a result, her love-breathing technique stopped working, and she ended up getting hurt by a demon who wasn't even that strong. How did she lose her strength like that? For one, she lost her appetite, and maybe she started losing muscle mass. But personally, I think it was her decision to give up romance. Before she became a Hashira, in the Rengoku Gaiden, we see her struggling against an ordinary enemy. But then she figured out how to use the love-breathing technique, and after that she was able to dominate her enemies. This means that it was never the muscle, it was the love-breathing technique. But you may be asking, was it really just that? And did the love-breathing technique evolve from the flame-breathing technique? I don't think it evolved from anything, to be honest. Personally, I don't think any breathing technique is better than another. It's all about who uses them and how. But the love-breathing technique, this was no ordinary technique. It wasn't just about the breathing. I'm talking about the rise in heartbeat, the excitement of being in love. We often see her blushing like this. Maybe her body temperature is rising when she's like this. Oddly enough, this is similar to the bruises. She never got any bruises, but when she was using the love-breathing technique, maybe she came close. Maybe that's why she was able to turn the table around and win the fight in Rengoku Gaiden. My point is, after she gave up on romance, she lost all her powers. Now, how does Kocho-san feel about their differences? I don't think she cares. If anything, Kanroji-san's cheerful nature is always cheering her up. And if you ask me, she doesn't think Kanroji-san is weird or anything, 'cause she knows someone who's really weird. Her sister Kanae. Kanroji-san likes men, which is completely normal, but Kanae-san, she also liked demons. She wanted to be friends with them. I think she wants to be friends with every kind of creature out there. And Kanroji-san, she joined to find herself a nice man. But Kanae, in a way, she was looking for a demon to befriend. Pretty weird when you think about it. Because for the Demon Slayer Corps, demons are the enemy. They can't be friends with them under any circumstances. To them, all demons are evil, no questions asked. We saw this with Nezuko. Yes, she was a demon, but she had never done anything wrong. If you asked Sanemi for his take, you'd think he'd say something like, "Friends with a demon, get out of here." But the truth is, Sanemi liked Kanae, and Kocho-san liked Kanroji-san. Fighting demons isn't something you do every day, and sometimes when you get caught up in it too much, you lose sight of what's really important. But people like Kanae and Mitsuri, they took things at their own pace, and they always cheered others up. And when Kocho-san learns that Kanroji-san is upset, she calls her to her dojo. There, they talk to each other about their feelings, and they let it all out. After that, Kanroji-san finally gets her love-breathing technique back. That's why when she met Tanjiro at the swordsmith village, she didn't hesitate to answer when Tanjiro asked her why she joined the Demon Slayer Corps. This really made me think. If you're a Demon Slayer Corps, you can't be flirty. If you're a Demon Slayer Corps, you're obligated to hate demons. Sometimes peer pressure like this can be hard, and even Sanemi and Shinobu, who had personal vendettas against demons, maybe they felt the same way. I'm sure we can all relate to this. Sometimes at school or work you may encounter something and ask yourself, is this right? But you don't want to cause any trouble, so you just go with it. Then you feel bad about it, and you start beating yourself up. I don't know about you, but I've experienced this countless times. But as we saw here, sometimes it's okay to speak out. It may even save someone. And those who aren't afraid to speak up, maybe they're the ones with true character. It's a very valuable life lesson. Kanroji-san and Kocho-san, they're the complete opposite, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate to at least one of them. Anyways, thinking about their story and character really inspired me. Hope it did the same for you. That's all for today. See you in the next video. That's all for now. For more Demon Slayer theories, please like and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.